I'm Sandra Lee, and I'm here to share another top shelf pantry perfect recipe for you. Today, I'm going to show you something that I absolutely love, and that is my banana smoothie and a great quick sweetbread. A lot of people think that freezing bananas is difficult. A lot of people, though, make the mistake. They put the bananas in the freezer like this. You cannot do that. You actually have to take your bananas and you have to peel them and then just break them off into little sections, and you can freeze that. Now, I like to have my bananas nice and ripe, which means that they're just starting to turn and kind of get the little brown spots on them, maybe streaks. But that means that all the sugars have ripened and your banana is perfect and ready to be eaten. Today, I'm going to show you something that I absolutely love, and that is my banana smoothie. It starts off with a banana, of course it does. We're going to put that into a blender. Now, in here, I do mint. So there's mint on top of here, and there's also spinach. I would normally freeze this so it's nice and crunchy and cold because I love a cold smoothie in the morning, but you can go either way. And it doesn't matter if your vegetables are a little wilted. So put your mint in there and also your spinach in there. So then just a handful of peaches. I like peaches in my smoothie. I do peaches or mangoes, and of course I like them frozen. This is acai. I just like to use unsweetened regular acai with nothing in it, just raw. Now a little bit of water. I don't like a whole lot of water because I like a really thick, dense smoothie. And your lid goes on here. Make sure it's on there tight. I have not put it on there tight, and I've had smoothie all over my kitchen. It's not what you want in the morning for sure. I also put my blender on extra high because I like it extra smooth. A lot of times I'll do it even thicker than that, but that is breakfast and a really healthy breakfast. Thank you, Lord, for bananas. When I was a little girl, I loved mashed bananas. All I did was just sit there with a fork and mash them up. We're going to use this to make a great, quick sweetbread. This particular bread recipe is wonderful because it can be used as a base once I make the actual mix for the bread, and you can fold in the bananas. You want about 3 or 4 nice ripe bananas. Or if you want to substitute out bananas and you have things in your pantry like, say, canned cherries or canned apples, it's a sweetbread recipe that you can use for just about anything. I like to put a little bit of syrup on my bananas once I mash them, just to add a bit of sweetness. You don't have to do this. I also like to put a little cinnamon on there in addition to what I put in the bread, just because I really like cinnamon a lot. Okay, let's talk about the quick sweetbread. We're gonna start off with eggs. 3 eggs into the bottom of the bowl. And you just wanna break these up a little bit. Then into here, we're gonna put our banana mixture, all those great bananas. So I like to get my wet ingredients going first. To this, you also wanna add a 1/2 cup of butter. So that is 1 stick. Go in here and mash up the butter, which is why it's important to have it softened and at room temperature, and stir it in, breaking it up as best you can. A cup of sugar goes in here. Now I'm going to mix that in. Okay. Now the dry ingredients. Flour. You're going to need 3 cups of this. We're going to come in here with a little bit of baking powder. You only want 2 teaspoons. And then I just need a 1/2 teaspoon of baking soda. Combine that all together, and you're going to have a beautiful bread mix. Just come in here, give it some elbow grease, turning it until everything is combined. Into a pan, this is going to go. This is a loaf pan. I also like to put a little bit of flour in here so that when the bread bakes up, it comes away from the edges of the pan. I am going to add walnuts to this. I like to put them on the top, but I also like to put them inside. You could chop them up smaller if you wanted to. I'm not going to because I like big chunks of walnuts. Just combine that, and then into the loaf pan it's going to go. It's a nice, thick, dense batter. And easy to make, even if it's not from a box. Make sure there's no air pockets once you put it in here. Onto the top, I'm just going to put some walnuts. And then I'm going to put one more special thing, brown sugar. Just a little bit of this goes a long, long way. So my oven is preheated to 375. I always keep a pan in my oven just in case there are little spills. That way I don't have to clean my oven very often. This is a beautiful thing, and everybody loves a sweetbread, especially banana bread. That is a gorgeous thing. That brown sugar, nice and crusty and crunchy. Let's get into this. Look at this. Beautiful. It's absolutely beautiful. And moist, delicious, a little bit of crunch and texture, sweetness, but not too sweet. Lots of power from the banana, and the walnuts are just perfection. What a perfect top shelf recipe, I have to say. Things from your pantry can be made so good and so easy with just a little bit of thought and just a tiny bit of help.